Okay, today's, well, this is my second YouTube for Mark Hamilton, and it's better I don't wear glasses, and the Neothink Society, and this time, my ramblings, maybe a little more coherent, hopefully, but I'm talking about more this time the 12 Vision Party. Last YouTube was more or less on, getting everyone kind of knowing who Mark Hamilton is, or just familiar with the name, that it's a positive connotation, and how our organization at Neothink is, evolving towards a very, spiritual, business, artistic, science. It's the rational approach. When I was talking about the last time in terms of, the coming out of the dark ages, I didn't mention, I can't remember, but I was thinking of the cave and how we're coming out, or coming out of a closet, but a cave in terms of Platoism, Platonian, uh, where everything is sort of up in the sky, or very figuratively, is not real. It's kind of like misguided idealism. From an idealist, see, I kind of see the difference. Going towards into the daylight, the bright sun, the rational light of Aristotle. This is all part of what Mark Hamilton and his organization of Neothink and 12 Vision Party, which is going to be very important because the only thing you get anything done in this country or in any place, particularly speaking, economics rule, but in terms of change, it takes politics. I should know because I've been studying politics for a long time, and realized that the political parties, the whole system is basically built on the premise of fear and ego. And those are the primary motivators in terms of getting the public to give until it hurts, It's very Republicanist type of thinking, but I'm sure the Dems are into it too. All this is, they'll use all this against Mark Hamilton and the 12 Vision Party, or the TVP, to discredit him and all his work. It's sort of like, I can't believe that something this good could be happening in terms of everyone becomes kind of like rich, even the poor gets rich. We have, what is it called, the prime law and protection only budget, and the prime law is very basically reduces government down to just the defense and police enforcement. It's just basically a defensive mechanism that no one can use anything against you by force. If they do, then that's where the police comes in. So everyone sort of like has to kind of like be their own best person, the citizen of the world. Thomas Paine, in common sense, is was a call to arms. In some ways, this is a call to arms in terms of we've outgrown the capacity of how our two-party system can govern and produce good and positive, productive results. It's just not happening. It's not going to happen. You can all see it in terms of how everything is getting very poisonous and political. Again, the Kool-Aid in terms of, they're all drinking the top of Kool-Aid. It's sort of like, if you put on yellow glasses, you're all going to see everything yellow. If you're kind of like fixed in this very narrow box where you're just, really just can't compromise, and everything becomes very partisan, nothing gets done. And the only thing that seems to move anything is the lobbyists or people that are entrenched bureaucrats, that they seem to prosper. Government is something that we need less of in our lives. My feeling, the total libertarian approach in terms of how Mark Hamilton and the 12 Vision Party would have, how I see it in terms of like what I can understand it. Again, I'm new to this, and I'm doing my bit. It is. I have to say that Mark Hamilton's kind of opened my eyes. It's kind of like being a transformation, and it's just so hard to talk about it. It's very private and personal, and I'm not used to doing this. So, getting back to the 12 Vision Party and Thomas Paine, is that basically you're saying we don't become victims. we become individuals, and we self-empower ourselves. And because we outgrown, it's like, the colonies outgrown Great Britain and the king in terms of, when a child grows up, it needs milk. When it grows up later, it needs other things and becomes a man. And that was the time. And I think human consciousness is at this point where, if you understand karma, which Mark Hamilton does in Neothink, because again, I'm coming from a very Buddhist, I can pick up a lot of things in Neothink. That's why it kind of pulled me in a sense, because Buddhism has a lot, I was in the Vajrayana, Tibetan Buddhism, and I love my teacher, and I still thinking, but there's other teachers too. And Buddhism it was just I couldn't get past the culture, nomenclature, the trappings, the ritual. It was just, the language, and it's kind of like Mark Hamilton, through him, have given me an opening to other ways of being and acting that empowers me to be a person. Maybe that's a self-leadership, but that's what I'm going towards. We're all going towards it, being really, Joseph Campbell said, someone I really believe in and listen to was follow your bliss. Follow that really intrinsically, that motivates you, and that drives you towards, excellence. The World Vision Party will give that everybody the opportunities. Because it's just, once we understand that politically we're not beholden to anybody. Again, it's thinking individually from a point of very knowing what's right, knowing what's wrong. We're at this stage in human consciousness where we should know what we should be doing, what needs to be doing, what needs not to be doing. Even though we're kind of pulled this way and that way, but the whole point about life every day is a new experience, to kind of experience life in a new, fresher way. Be grateful. Don't get into the negative thing. Don't get into neo-cheaters. Don't get into the haters. That's what they're all trying to do. They'll try to pull Mark Hamilton and Neothink down. And that would be terrible, because that's what they usually do. People that come in, fresh, like, Ross Perot, he had a lot of good ideas. He was like, Mark Hamilton has the whatever backs up. It's not two-dimensional. It's I've been doing the lessons. I've been kind of like going on this for about a year, and I've been studying Neothink and reading all the manuscripts, which I think that everyone should really read. It just really open up your whole life. It's just, you understand that certain things happen in your life, karmically speaking. And you can change it. And you can change it by you become politically involved in the 12 Vision Party, whatever state we're in. I'm in California, and I'm becoming more involved as I get out less excuses for not. I work at UC Berkeley. It's been like 26 years, and I'm 62 in it. But I feel the newness that I felt like Obama I had felt, and it's like this is changing completely. Honestly, because it's coming from ourselves. It's coming from the graduate, not coming from someone else. Mark Hamilton has the methodology. He can give us the way to do it, the structure. It'll be all organized, and we all have to give it a chance. See, California, they have open primaries, so we might as well be open about other things too. It's just the only way. You gotta really mix things up. It's not like a revolution every 20 years, but it's something where you have to really think about in terms of shaking things up, in terms of pushing the status quo beyond dead, center. You see how they're acting in Washington. Okay, so this is. Hope it wasn't as bad as my first YouTube experience, delivery, but I really had to do this for Mark Hamilton. I hope that he doesn't think too badly of me, but I'm really trying, and this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it this weekend, but I couldn't. But now I'm doing it for you. It's kind of like, sometimes you have to push yourself. I've been pushing this, and through Mark Hamilton, I've been learning about the wonders of the Dr. Callahan and Bill Harrison and Centerpoint and Kevin Trudeau. I mean, all these guys, all because of Mark Hamilton, and they opened up everything. So I'm not into GIN, anymore. I'm into the artistic. But Mark Hamilton, he can help. Listen to him. Okay? Thanks.